Hello everyone, welcome to another tutorial. My name is Agnes. In today's tutorial, we are going to be making this ribbed beanie. It has this beautiful texture that I acquired using the front post double crochet stitch. It is made in different sizes. I'll be giving you sizes from infant to toddler to preteen to teen and of course adult. So it is quite easy and it is quite fast, so you can make about 4 or more of these in a day. And I think, of course, depending on your speed, I think it is perfect for this weather. You can make a couple of these for your friends and family, and you can do away with a pom-pom. If I was making this for a guy, I would not add the pom-pom. So this is very optional. You don't have to put the pom-pom. And yeah, that's it. So this is what I'll be using in this tutorial. You can use whatever is available to you. You don't have to use the exact same yarn. You can use acrylic or cotton or whatever. And I'll be using, of course, pom-poms. You don't have to use a pom-pom, or you can make your own if you want a pom-pom. You can do without. This has this string here. And for the yarn, I'm going to be using milk cotton yarn. You can use acrylic if you want, or cotton. It's 50 grams, and I used 3 skeins of this, so 150 for the adult size, 150 grams. For the hook size, I'll be using a 4.0 millimeter hook. You can use the hook for your recommended yarn size. You need a tape measure and a yarn needle, okay? So these are the measurements for the different ages. We have all these ages, as you can see across. In this tutorial, I'll be making for adult. And for adult, we have the foundation chain, we have the brim height, and we have the beanie height with the folded brim. And this is what I mean by that. So this is, of course, the child beanie, but I'll show you what I mean. So for the brim, this is the brim. We'll make a foundation chain, and then we'll do the brim height, and then we'll turn our work and then work on the top part, which is the other measurement, okay? So we are going to start with the foundation chain, which is the foundation chain of the brim, all right? So this is how it looks once it's done and folded. Okay, so let's start on the foundation chain. You are going to take your yarn, make a slip knot, and you are going to chain a chain that is equivalent to your edge that I have put on the chart. For me, it's adult female, so I'll chain 20 inches of chain. All right, don't you make your chain so tight. Let it be a little bit loose. So 20 inches of chain is what I will make. Go back to the chart and see how many measurements you need. So I will do 20. So when we fold it, the circumference will be about 10 inches. That's the circumference. Okay, so I have my 20 inches. This is what it looks like from here to the start. It's 20 inches, and we are going to straighten this chain up so that it's not folded anywhere or entangled or the wrong way. Just straighten it up, and we're going to join the first chain to the last chain so that we have the heart circumference. This should be at the back like this. So insert your hook in that first chain, and we are going to slip stitch. So this is our heart circumference, which is, for me, it will be 10 inches. Okay, so we are going to start on row 1. Okay, so we're going to chain 2 chains. That chain 2 counts as a stitch, so we will not work in this stitch here. All right, don't work there, but go into the next stitch, which will be our second stitch now, and make a double crochet. Our chain 2 counts as a stitch. That is why we are not working in that same chain. Okay, so we are going to go to the next chain and make a double crochet. That's our second one, and then we're going to go into the next to make our third double crochet. So for row 1, we are going to go into every chain making 1 double crochet. Okay, 1 double crochet in every chain until we go all around, and I'll meet you once we are at the end of this round so that I can show you how to close it off and how we start the second round, which will be the start of our pattern, the ribbed pattern. Okay, see you at the end. So I'm coming to the end, and this is how our first round looks like. So I'm just gonna put my last stitch in here like this, and then to close it off, I'll go on top of the chain 2, insert my hook in there on top of the chain 2, and then make a slip stitch. So this is our round 1. Okay, this is how it looks like. So for round 2, we are going to chain 2 chains, 1 and 2, and we are going to work a front post. How do we do a front post? We will go, this counts as a stitch, so we'll go into this first double crochet, insert our hook under that double crochet like this, yeah, and then make a front post double crochet like this. This is a chain, this is a stitch, so this is our first stitch, this is our second stitch. Now we're going to go into the third stitch, which is our second double crochet there, and make a normal double crochet, which is in these 2 loops. Go under these 2 loops and make a normal double crochet. Our next stitch is going to be a front post. So we worked here, we worked there. Now our next one is this one here. So we are going to go under it to make a front post. So make a front post double crochet. So our next stitch is going to be this one, and we will work a normal double crochet like this. Make a double crochet in there, and next is going to be, this is where we worked, so the next one will be this one, and we are going to make a front post. Our next stitch is going to be a normal double crochet. So you're going to do this all around, and this is how it looks like so far. So you just go on with the front post and then a double crochet, front post and then a double crochet like that. That is going to be our pattern. If you watch my videos, I have a couple of projects with this stitch. Like, I love it. I really love this stitch. Okay, so I have shorts, and if you watch my ribbings, I'm always doing the front post, back post for my sweaters, my cardigans. It is a beautiful stitch. It's an easy stitch, and it's just has got a good texture. So just continue doing front post and then double crochet, front post, double crochet until you get to the end of this round, and I will meet you to show you what we do at the end. All right, this is how it looks at the back. All right, so I have come all the way to the end, and we should end our row with a front post. But when I got to the end, like I always say in my videos, I don't count my stitches. I never count my stitches. I always just, go until the end. So I got to the end, I found I have 2 stitches. So if I work a front post here, then I will end with a double crochet, but I want to end with a front post. So I'll go under all these 2 stitches, both stitches, to make a front post. Then I end my row with a front post, right? Easy solution. Okay, so now to end it, I'll just go on top of the chain 2 and make a slip stitch. So this you will not see in the end, it will just disappear in there. This counts as a stitch, so I'm going to chain 2. And now for the third round, where we have a front post, we will make a front post. So it's easy as that. Next, where we have a double crochet, we are going to make a double crochet. And our next stitch is a front post, so we will go ahead and make a front post. Our next one is a double crochet, so we'll make a normal double crochet. Then front post, and then double crochet. Front post, and then double crochet. And this is going to be our pattern. So you're going to go all around, come back at the end on top of the chain 2, make a slip stitch here, then go around until you have the measurements of the brim. I put measurements of the brim, I'll make 3 inches for my size. So I'm done with a couple of rows, and these are equivalent of 3 inches. This is for a female size, adult female size, 3 inches. If you're making any other size, please go check the chart. Okay, as you can see, we were working on this side and then we turned because we want that when we fold the brim, then it goes to the right side. Okay, so for this is 3 inches for my size. Yeah, and from now on we are going to turn our work inside out so that we can work on the other side. Okay, so what I will do is I will chain 2, turn my work, and then turn it inside out, the wrong side. Now we are working now on the wrong side. Okay, so for this next row you're going to make a front post like this. You see, this is where we had our front post on the other side. You see it here? Now we're going to work on it from this side. So I will insert my hook under it like that and make a front post. Then my next one is going to be a double crochet. This, I had a double crochet here. Then I'll work a double crochet. Next is going to be a front post. So go under it from the other side. Just, it's a bit shorter because it's on the other side, but you can see it. Okay, so you make a front post, and then next is going to be a double crochet. Next is a front post because we have a front post here. So go under it like this with your hook and then make a front post. Next is a double crochet and then a front post. And you are going to repeat this pattern until you get to the end of the row. I'll come so that we can close off that round together. Okay, just repeat the same pattern, front post, double crochet, front post, double crochet until you get to the end of the round. I'll see you there. So I'm coming to the end of the round, and here I have my front post and then my double crochet, and my last stitch is a front post as always. And then we're going to close it off by slip stitching on top of the chain 2. So next is we chain 2, and of course now it is more defined. We are going to work a front post where we had a front post in the previous row. So front post and then double crochet, front post and then double crochet, front post and then double crochet. So you're going to repeat this pattern. This is basically it now. For now, you are going to repeat round after round and after round until you have the third measurements that I gave you. This is from where we turned our work inside out to the top. Once you have that, the measurements, I'll work 10 inches of that for the adult size. So when we fold, it will look like this. Okay, so keep going round and round until you have the measurements in the third row that I gave you. Yeah, and I'll meet you once you're done. So I'm done, and this is how it looks. You see the ribbing. I love it. I love how it looks, the texture, and it's stretchy and it's soft. If you're not making your stitches so tight, then you'll find that it's very soft. So I made a total number of 10 inches from where I turned my work. Yeah, it's about 10 inches there. From here to there, 10 inches. So check your measurements in the third row and see what you have. So if I add all of them, 3 plus 10, that's about 13 when I'm not folding the brim. Okay, but when I fold the brim, then it should be 10. So you are going to cut a long tail, chain 1, cut a long tail, and then pull the yarn through. And now you're going to use your yarn needle to do the next step. Okay, so I'm going to insert my yarn into my yarn needle so that we can do this other step. I have it already in. This is it, and we are going to start from right here, working in the stitches. So I'll go into this stitch like this, then come out of the next. Go into the next stitch with my needle here like this, and then come out of the next stitch. Go into it like this, then come out from the next stitch, into it, out, in, and then just pull. So this out, in, out, in, out, in, out. So this is basically what we are doing. We're going to in the stitch and then coming out of the next stitch. This is below the 2 loops at the top where you'd like normally work a double crochet or something. Okay, so you are going to go around like that. Once we are done, this should be able to pull, like that. So go around until you're done. So I went all around and I'm done, came back, and we are going to pull this yarn so tight so that we close that hole. Okay, so pull it tightly until you have this hole closed. Yeah, and then we are just going to sew both sides together. So just go in like this from this side to the other side and sew this together. If you are working without the pom-pom, then you can do this on the wrong side of the beanie. So turn your beanie inside out and do it on the wrong side. But since I'm putting a pom-pom, it really doesn't matter. Or if you are good at sewing, then it should also, you can do it on the outside because it won't be visible. So I will just go in a couple of times until I'm satisfied with the result. Different directions. And once I am satisfied, I'll take this inside to the inside of the beanie. Yeah, this is how it looks. So if you don't want a pom-pom, then you just go in so in your ends and that will be it. But since I want to put a pom-pom, then I am going to show you how to do that. Okay. So I'll get my pom-pom. This is how it looks in case you didn't want to put a pom-pom. So I'll take my pom-pom. I think I chose this color in the end. Yeah, it has this, but I think this was, I didn't want it so dark, so I chose the lighter color. So I'm just going to get my hook again, put this on my finger like this, and then go inside with my hook, insert my hook like this. You may do it a different way. This is just how I chose to do it. Then pull through that band inside like that, put my finger like this, and then I'm going to take the yarn that I had left on this string like this, and I'm going to use my hook to stretch this out. I stretch the band until I'm sure that it is stretched enough, and then I'll just make a single crochet just to secure it, and then I'll pull my yarn through like this with a chain, and then of course I'll cut this off and then sew in the rest of the yarn. It is actually secure like that. Yep, so I'll just, you know, blow dry it on low heat just to make it a little bit more fluffy. So yeah, this is it. Sew in your ends, yeah, and you have yourself a beanie. I really love the ribbing, the texture and everything on this beanie, and I hope you like it too. If you do, let me know in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, please leave a like, share, and in the next tutorial, I'm going to be making a baby blanket. My sister is having a baby, and I thought this stitch was so beautiful, so I'm making a blanket with this same stitch, quite different but same thing. So if you're interested in making a baby blanket or a throw blanket, then stay tuned. So follow me on social media. It's SC Crochets on all platforms, on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and of course YouTube. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye.